You are now listening to FNB Radio.
And welcome to F&B Radio. My name is Lindsay Collins. Wow, I got so low there I almost couldn't. It was like my voice was trying to do the limbo. You know, that game really went out of fashion like 20 years before I was born. I can barely remember people at like parties that I don't even want to say that. I feel like it was just in the zeitgeist when I was a kid, and I thought that I knew people that played the limbo at their parties. I don't even know if it's played the limbo. I think you do the limbo. In any case, you get so low. How low can you go? You know? Sometimes my voice can go real low. It's been a little scratchy today, but I'm in a hurry. I have a peach crisp in the oven, which is pretty much any night of the week during peach season. But I think these are the last of them because it's more like James and the Giant peach. They're huge. It looks like a softball, this peach I got. I was like, is this organic? I believe you, but I'm also like, what happened there? This thing is honestly the size of a grapefruit. Like, it's huge. It's almost... I don't want to be that guy that's like snobby about the size of something, large or small. But I have giant peaches that needed to be eaten. Their skin had already started to get kind of wrinkly, like a little ball sack. And it's not a good look because peaches turn from like appealingly fuzzy to like weirdly skin-like. And you're like, oof. I don't know if I want to eat this. I certainly don't want to make a cute toast out of it with the wrinkled edge. No, thank you. So anyway, even if I had nice peaches that were a regular size and not shrivelly on the outside, that's on me because I let them sit there for too long. Just like the grower did, just let them sit there too long. We just let them suck up all the water and just get huge. Or they were just not organic and someone lied to me. Either way, I'm not going to get to the bottom of it. I'm just going to put them in a crisp, which is all I really ever want to do with peaches. Like, I try to pretend like I'm going to put them in a salad. And sometimes I do. Honestly, with breakfast, I'll slice a peach and eat it. I'll put peach in ricotta toast. I'll get fruity with stuff, but you guys know I'm a sweet tooth. So at night, I'm making a peach crisp pretty much any time that you catch me this season. I'll be making peach crisp till further notice. But the point, actually, hold on. I need to set a timer because I'm about to burn a peach crisp is what I'm about to do. I'm way in the back in my closet. I don't actually record in a closet. I like to have that image for you guys, but I don't actually record in a closet. I record in my bedroom. That sounds saucier than it is. That's where my office is because every other inch of the house is used for something else. Where is the timer? Okay. There's a clock. Got it. Here we go. Timer. How many minutes? I think I have 19 minutes left on this peach crisp. Boom. Okay. Started. Resumed. Started. It's going. The timer's going. And that's all I got. And that's why I'm in a hurry and I shouldn't have wasted all that time with the peaches, but I had to come in. I had to warm up. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately without warming up, and that's not a good idea. Don't try to just go into a full-on stretch. Ease into it. Don't try to do a split right out of the gate. Just kind of, get it loose, get it moving. Okay, a couple of things up top because I do want to take care of business, as they say. I want to TCB. The show that you guys came to, the art show #1 last week, 2 weeks ago, because I took a week off. I do apologize about that. But then we got back on the horse with Eli Sussman. So bang, bang. Thank you so much for coming to Jeremy's art show at Stems and Skins. It was amazing because he sold every painting except for one of the paintings. And it was a success overall just because anyone came. But there were so many of you. And it was so cool to see you and to see the overlap of like people who love his work and and then also meet people from the food and beverage industry that maybe weren't even necessarily coming to the art show, but were just kind of in the bar, or it felt so fun. The family vibe was there. Everybody was just, I don't know. The energy was amazing. You guys were all so kind. I got to see a bunch of you that I don't get to see and like spend time talking. And I felt like I was just like spinning in circles. I felt like I didn't get to spend enough time with you. There were so many people there that I wanted to just like pull up a chair and hang out with you. But I can't say how much it meant to me and to Jeremy, and to just see all of you is like such a treat, even if you didn't come to see the paintings at all. But I hope you did, and I hope you had fun. It seemed like a blast. Everybody seemed to have a good time, but no one had as much fun as me and Jeremy, because it was just so cool to see all of you. Oh my God. Thank you for supporting art. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for taking the time to say hello or to introduce yourself. I've made so many new friends and then got to see so many old friends. It was a blast. And then just a few days later, we rolled right into the improv show. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Henry Riggs, who is my bud and someone I look up to in the comedy space. If I can even say that I'm in the comedy space. But he put on a super incredibly fun show at the music hall. Number one, I just felt cool to be on the stage at the music hall, because I'm going to tell people that I played the music hall, even though I guess I did. But I mean, it's not like I'm, Beth Stelling. But I was up there at a different time. But I was up there. And people came and people laughed. And the people that were in the show with me, Jason Gross, Colin Moss, Henry Riggs, Matthew Perry, I just felt so lucky to even be there. Yeah, it was amazing. I had so much fun. I haven't done improv in so long, and I was really, really nervous. And just seeing you guys, those of you that were able to make it to the show and say hi, or, give me a high five or buy me a beer after, it's, you don't know how much it means. I know I say that all the time, and I'm always on here like, that means so much, but like, it really fucking does. And that goes for every time anyone messages me or says anything. I'm just truly, I say it, and then I think people don't think I mean it, but I am 100% blown away anytime I find that anyone listens to the show. It's probably a negative thing, because I'm like, you should be aware that people listen to the show and stop just running your fucking mouth about dumb shit or whatever I say on here. Who knows what I say? I come on here and black out. I feel like this is like a confessional in some way. Not like where I confess stuff that I've done, but sometimes I do really disconnect and forget that there's so many cool people that I'm so lucky to have listening to the show. So anyway, I just wanted to be so upfront with my thanks, and to say what a fun time it was, and just to say how lucky I feel to be in the city of Charleston, where people support things that are out of the box, and you guys are the best. So thank you. But yeah, no, this clock is ticking on the peach crisp, so I better get down to, oh my God, we have 14 minutes left. This is going to be a shorty. I'm sorry. Oh, I got to talk about something else that I'm doing. God, who's inviting me to stuff now? This one's important though. On Monday, which is, if you're listening to this show on Friday, it's Monday, August 22nd. I'm really excited about it. It's a fundraiser that the guys and gals from Graft are putting on. And I got asked to sit in the dunk tank. I guess you fall in the dunk tank eventually, but you have to sit there and people throw balls at a target, and then eventually you fall in there and you get dunked. But it's to support the South Carolina-based organization W.R.E.N. It's called Benefits with Friends. I'm really, really excited about it, because everything that the people from Graph do is fun. Miles, Femi, Kirsten, everybody there is just the best. I don't have to tell you guys that, but if you don't live in Charleston and you're ever in town, you have to go to Graft. But it's this Monday, 5 to 7-ish. And the festivities start right at 5. We're going to start selling dunk throw tickets, and you buy a little ticket, and then all of the proceeds go to support reproductive freedom, which is, God, I mean, give me a reason to get into a dunk tank. I need a good one because I used to be a lifeguard. And so when I think about dunk tanks, it's immediately a hard no because I'm like, I want to at least go first. I'm going second. So I go after Femi, which is fine. But I certainly don't want to be the last one in the dunk tank because that's just a lot of, I don't know. I'm overly sensitive to the bacteria. You know, I'm not really selling this event, but you're not going to be the one in the dunk tank. I am. You just get to buy the tickets. I'm just saying, that I want to be a part of it because I'm overcoming my fear and my prior knowledge of how disgusting bodies of water are. Small ones, especially. There used to be this kiddie pool that I had to like test the water, because I was a lifeguard at a country club. That's actually my only other job besides waiting tables and cooking and now podcasting. But when I was like 15, I was a lifeguard and I've seen it all. So water, the public, the general public. I even get weird at my parents' pool. My parents have a really nice pool and it's just us. And I still am like, who's peed in the pool? Who is it? Who's spitting? I know how much I spit when I go underwater. It's impossible not to spit when you're like blowing. Anyway, back to what matters. I'm going to be there partying at the Whale. The event is at the Whale because they need more space. We got to like spread it out. Yeah, but it's 5 to 8. Oh, I said 5 to 7-ish. It's actually 5 to 8. There you go. There's going to be an online auction, beer, wine, food galore. I heard the Doughboys are going to be there, which it's not just like one of my favorite things to eat in Charleston. It's like maybe my favorite thing to eat anywhere. Doughboys pizza is the shit. Go there. Come to the Whale, August 22nd. Buy a ticket. Try to dunk me. I dare you. It's going to be really fun. I'm so excited to be a part of it. Like I said, it's for such a good cause and something that I really I believe in and feel really strongly about. And I'm glad to see people other than women organizing events. Although Kirsten is, she's the one that's been emailing me. And when they reached out, they were like, yeah, it's you and a bunch of guys. And I was like, well, that's what people want to see. It's guys going in the drink. But I'm going to be there representing people with uteruses. So come out Monday. It's going to be a big day for me, honestly, because I'm getting my teeth cleaned that morning at 9. So I'll try, hopefully I'll be recovered. Hopefully I'll spend the whole morning getting bacteria removed from my mouth and then I'll fall into a bacteria tank, but for a good cause. That's how dedicated I am. I go to this really nice dentist in Park Circle and I chose them because that was the only one that my insurance would allow. They're really, my insurance is bad. You guys know about this if you've ever listened to the episode about me trying to get some ear drops. If you haven't listened to that one, it's a doozy and you should it's kind of like a horror story, honestly. If you like true crime podcasts, you're going to love that episode. But my dentist, I ended up liking them, which I didn't expect to. I was like, oh God, if it's the only one my insurance takes, it's going to be a piece of shit. But it's not. It's a nice dentist. And I go there every 6 months and get my teeth cleaned. But I'm also, overcoming years of having service industry teeth. And that's a lot of things. That's, not the best health. That's not the best health care. That's at the time when I waited tables, I was always like smoking and partying. And so a lot of it's on me, but a lot of it's also on the fact that I didn't have health care. So I didn't go to the dentist regularly, even though I love the dentist. I really thrive at the dentist. I'm like one of those people that likes to be a really good patient. So I'm great at the dentist. Like I want to show you, I'm like, nope, nothing's too tough. That doesn't hurt. No. I'll squeeze your hand, but I promise you I'm good. I really like to overachieve at the dentist whenever they try to like take impressions of my teeth to give me a crown. I just muscle through it. I don't complain. I'm not like, ew, or like, no, my jaw's tired. I always power through and like, they tell me I'm a good patient actually. So I know that it's working. I know that my efforts don't go unnoticed at the dentist. But the last time I was there, I did get some bad news because there's a couple of teeth in the back that need some. There's some hard decisions that have to be made. Like I think I might have to pull a tooth, and they pretty much already told me that. They were like, it's gonna cost too much to save it, and I was like, wow, okay, that's harsh. That's hard to hear, because I'm like, you're saying I'm too poor, or you're saying like it's not worth it. There's no way to save. Like what? Just shoot me straight here. Like tell me what's the deal. And that same day, I was like waiting for them to come back. They were like doing the dentist. The hygienist had already checked me out and like gave me her assessment, which was accurate. And then the dentist was coming in to kind of like yes and it and say, yeah, you're right. When it's pretty much, you can decide. Do you want to spend multiple thousands of dollars to try to maybe save this tooth, or do you just want to pull it? It's way in the back. And as I was like looking at that, I like scrolled through and I was looking at my beautiful sister, and her Instagram stories. She was at the time picking out like marble for her, or some kind of stones for her countertops in her amazing home. And I was like, yeah, some people are out there picking out precious stones to line their countertops with, and I'm out here trying to decide if I want to keep my tooth or not. We are not the same. I just, that's where I'm at with my teeth. They're both kind of precious stones, I guess. Sometimes teeth feel like stones. They look like marble. But let me tell you, they're not, mine apparently aren't worth saving, the one in the back. So don't let yourself get to that position. Like go to the dentist. Go, even if you have to pay out of pocket. I'm speaking to all of you out there. If you're working at a restaurant and they're not giving you health insurance, this is a cautionary tale. You don't want to be later like trying to decide if it's worth the money, because that's like that's the worst. That you're like, is it my teeth? Like pulling out a part of my body, is it worth the money to try to save it? Like it feels like, yeah. But then I look at my bank account and I'm like, yeah, just pull it. It's in the back. No one's gonna notice. And now every time you guys see me, you're going to be like, I see you have that tooth gone. It's not gone yet. It's still there hanging on, causing me problems. But anyway, that's a long-winded way to say, come to the whale on Monday and see me get in the dunk tank. I want to know who's going to actually hit it, hit the target and make you go into the dunk tank. It feels like it would need a lot of force, because if it's, I got to see how this contraption works. I haven't seen one of these things since maybe ever. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's for a good cause. Let's drink some wine. Let's raise some money. Let's eat some pizza. And there's going to be other vendors there. I'm like not even fully in the know. I'm going to post more about it this weekend once I get all my ducks in a row and get the information, because there's a ton of like food vendors and like really, really cool people all coming together. And I'm excited because I haven't been to the whale yet. So join me. If I could trick you into hanging out with me one more time, this is the one to do it. But now that I'm thinking about it, like I'm looking at the timer and I'm realizing that we only have 4 minutes left. Is it stressful that I keep referencing the timer? It feels stressful to me, but that's because I don't want to burn the crisp, because even if my teeth are falling out, by God, I'm going to eat that fucking peach crisp. I have a sweet tooth. What if they pull my sweet tooth, which is the tooth in question, and then I don't like sweets anymore? Is that possible? I think I'll always be a dessert person. I think you either are or you aren't. But I am. I mean, I'm like the kind of person that'll just, I'd rather have a chocolate croissant than just about anything. Although, I mean, you can't have it all. You can't have it all sweet. You got to balance it out. I got tasked with I got sent to Costco. There it is. I was going to start it over, but the clock is ticking. So you just have to live with that. I got tasked with going to Costco yesterday, and I got these pillows that at the time, this is the trick of Costco. They shouldn't let me in a place like that, because everything feels like a deal. So you don't realize that you're spending hundreds of dollars. Like it's unbelievable. I just don't know how it happened, but I was like, somehow looked at a pillow that was $25 and was like, that's a good price for a pillow. So I bought this Tempur-Pedic like pillow, which I had been resisting because, quite frankly, every time I see them, I always think of like just a very old person, like a super, like a 90 plus. They have one of those pillows that's like kind of looks like it doesn't fill out the pillowcase. Like from a design perspective, like it's just hideous. It looks like I put it in the same category as like medical equipment. Like I'm like I see that and I'm like, oh, you got a walker? Like okay, you're 90. You have a pillow like this, you're 90. That is shaped this way, like that just looks shriveled up inside the pillowcase, but it's firm. It almost looks like one of those enrobed chocolates that you get, at Valentine's Day. The good one, the only one in the box that's worth a fuck. The one that's like caramel, enrobed, milk chocolate or dark chocolate. It looks like those, but I've been struggling to sleep at night, which is a no-go for me. Like I have to have sleep. I'm a person that likes to sleep a lot. I usually don't have problems sleeping, but I don't know. I've been like stressed out or something and I can't sleep. And so I was like, it's got to be my pillow. Like I've had some kind of achy neck stuff happening. So I was like, I'm going to buy this $25 pillow. And then I got one for Jeremy too. And spoiler alert, he loves it. So do I. This pillow is great. This pillow is amazing. They should I would pay more for this pillow than $25. Like straight up. I would pay whatever they wanted me to pay because it's the only pillow you need, even though me as a person who loves, extravagant comfort, like luckily I'm in my bedroom so I can turn around and just count 1, 2, there's 8 pillows on my bed, full-size pillows. Some of them are king-size pillows and some are just regular-size pillows, but in total there's 8. 4 king-size, 4 regular. 2 of those of which are now the Tempur-Pedic, pillows for 90-year-olds. The nursing home pillow. You know what? Sign me up. Get my tray of food and bring it on in because I'm never going back to propping myself up with multiple shitty pillows when I could just have this one. If you have a Costco membership, this is not a sponsorship because despite the show continuing to be on the charts, no one wants to sponsor it. Why is that? Maybe I need to contact the Tempur-Pedic people because right now I can already tell. I can already tell I'm selling a lot of pillows and I can already tell that peach crisp is perfect because the smell, it's like when you open a can of canned peaches, like the Del Monte peaches, and you put them in the microwave and it's just that hot syrup. You don't put the can in the microwave because that would start a fire, but it's the smell is what I'm saying. Hot canned peaches. That's the vibe that's coming into my room right now. And so it means that our time is coming to a close. And that makes me sad because, this show is the light of my life, other than my children. I didn't mean to say that the show was the light of my life before mentioning my children, but I feel like it goes without saying. Like, it's annoying when people are always like, of course, my children. Like, we know that. What kind of psychopath would be like, this dog is the best thing that ever happened to me, other than my children, of course. Like, why do we have to say that? Like, it's implied that, like, the kids are the best thing. We get that. And if you don't have kids, then, why do we have to say it all the time? They're the light of my life, clearly. They're amazing. My son made me so proud. My oldest son, Julian, this kid is going places. And I know he's going places because Jeremy was going to his friend Nathan's art show tonight. I couldn't go because we couldn't get a babysitter and I was really bummed. But he ended up going with Justin Croxall. And Justin was like, walked in the door and Julian had met him, was like, hello, I'm Julian. Hi, how are you? And then he disappears and then he reappears with a drawing and tries to sell it to Justin. And I was like, you are my son and the one true king of this brick ranch house. He tried to sell him a drawing if that's not, oh man, I just was like, I shed a tear. I was so proud. Justin was like, what's happening? And I was like, he's trying to sell you this drawing for $40. For $40. The confidence of this child, it's amazing. He's just like his mom. How does he do it? How does he get up and just walk right up to a stranger and say, you know what? You look like you could use this thing that I made. That's what I do every day, every Thursday when I make this podcast for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I can't stay any longer, or the peach crisp. I could pause it, but I'm going to be eating it, and then I'm going to come back, and it's going to be weird, and I'm going to be too sleepy. So I'm going to say goodnight, and I'm going to see you at the whale, and I'm going to just give you all so many hugs, and so much love for all the support. I've been feeling so incredibly supported, really, truly. There's been some really cool things that have been happening, not just with the podcast, but just in general. And I feel really lucky to be a part of this community, near and far, not just people in Charleston, but so many of you hit me up with feedback about recent shows and how it resonated with you. And I just thank you. If the show resonates with you and you haven't done it already, rate it. Go on Apple Podcasts and leave a little review. Tell them how you bought a Costco pillow for $25 fucking. Oh my God. But honestly, price is so funny. Like, perceived value is so strange, because I'm like, 25, ooh, feels high for a pillow. But I'm like, feels cheap for a piece of fish. Perceived value, baby. What is it worth to you? What's a good night's sleep worth to you? If you need me to borrow, my Costco card or whatever, I'll give it to you. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you can do that, but I'm willing to try. Or I can buy them, and then I'll, mail them to you for a little bit of an upcharge for all my troubles. Either way, you can email me at fnbradio@gmail.com. That's EFFINBRADIO@gmail.com. If you want to sponsor the show, or if you want a pillow, or if you want to buy my son's drawing for $40. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye, 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 bye.